Hello everyone, I'm back today to talk about how my low buy, no buy has been going in February. So it's currently the start of March and I'm going to say it's a lot better than January. I'm also going to say that next month I'm probably not going to do a check-in. I think I'm going to skip it, as well as my Project Pan stuff. I feel like I've been getting a little bit burnt out lately. I'm juggling work, the kids, this channel, beauty news, and I sort of feel like I'm getting sort of a little bit, I don't know, like grumpy and snappy and tired and resentful. So I'm going to take a bit of a break from filming. I do have quite a few videos that I've filmed and will be like released over the next month, but I'm thinking I'm going to take some time off. I'm going to keep doing my no buy, and I'm going to keep doing my Project Pan. So I will be making progress, but I think I'll skip next month's check-in for those, and I'll just check in and let you know how I've been going over the last 2 months. But in February, like, it was a shorter month, so it's a bit easier. I think I did learn. I felt a little bit like bad buying things in January when I'm like, I'm doing this no buy, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, and I bought this and I bought this and I bought that. So really this month I've only, besides a couple of household things that I bought, I pretty much only replaced or started to look at replacing products. So a good example is I bought my Do It, this is my favorite foot and heel balm, because I used up the one that I had next to my bed. I've got no other foot creams. It became a necessity, so it was easy to purchase that. And then I also bought, look, Mecca had, they had like the level 2 box bonus thing if you went in store, which I didn't have time to, or if you placed an order. And I realized that I was running really low on shower gels, so I decided to buy 2 Soap and Glory shower gels. So I've got the Real Zing, which is a nice sort of citrusy one that's in my main shower that I use, and then I've got Clean on Me, which is that traditional Soap and Glory scent. They're both really nice. They're both fairly affordable. Those are sort of replacements. Now what I've got in my shower at the moment, so in my ensuite, the main shower that I use, this is down to here. So that's the only shower gel I have. And in my other shower, I've got Sticky Dates, which is by Lush, and that is down to there. And my kids like to use this as like bubble bath in the bath. So I really am coming down to the wire with body wash, sorry. So I felt like I could preemptively buy one for each shower, because in a matter of a couple of weeks or a week or so, I'm going to be completely out, and then I'll be kicking myself that I didn't have anything. So yeah, even though I've still got product technically and these aren't yet a necessity, they almost are. So I don't feel bad buying those. I was doing so well. I got to a point in the month where I was like, I have not bought anything that wasn't a necessity. But then the MAC lipsticks came out as online sort of pre-order. Now they are now available in store, I believe, but you've probably heard me talk about this on my channel. The MAC matte lipsticks, which are some of my favorite lipsticks of all time, have been reformulated, and I really wanted to do a review comparing some of the new shades to the old shades. Are they the same? Are they different? What's the differences? Are they as good? Blah, 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 blah. And that was really important to me, because firstly, these are like my signature lipsticks. I've been using Velvet Teddy and Lady Danger for like the longest time. But also, probably what people don't know is that the only reviews that I do that pay for themselves are MAC lip reviews. So in terms of YouTube and the views that I get and the ad revenue, I don't get much. Usually it's not worth the time I put into it. It's just a hobby. But when it comes to MAC lip reviews, even if it's filmed in like the vertical sort of TikTok format, or even if it's a sample, like I had like these long wearing lip sort of samples that I had, and I did a review on those, I still made money on those. So even though technically this is more product that I don't need, it is actually not a waste of money, because the likelihood is that I'm going to make a little bit of money on this. So yeah, that's just a background and where my head's at. I was hoping that I was going to pick these up in March and make it my March purchase. So at the start of this, I mentioned that I'll give myself a purchase every 2 months to review. This almost made it to that, but I think I ended up buying it on like the 27th or something of February. So it did cross over to February. Now, in terms of money, so I did mention that I wanted part of this program, part of it I want to just sort of start using a lot more products that I have and realize I don't need to sort of buy and stockpile a couple of things. I think there are some things that are worth stockpiling and other things that just aren't. But sort of use my stash is essentially what I want to do. But also I wanted to save a bit of money. Now, I think my goal was I wanted to save 10 grand in my savings account. I obviously have a savings account with my partner, but like for my savings account, I wanted to save 10 grand by middle of the year. Now I'm sort of on track for that, but unfortunately I've just got a big tax bill and it's going to set me back. So it sort of feels a little bit like one step forward, two steps back, but it is what it is. So there's a lot of different tips that you can use in terms of trying to minimize spending. Now, I don't implement probably best practices because there is part of me that still wants to see what's going on and still wants to be informed. And when I do have to buy something, I get sort of like, oh, I'm on a mission. So for example, our fridge is breaking and I'm like, oh, I really want to start looking at buying a new fridge in the next few months. I'm going to look for deals. I'm going to look at features, and that kind of thing is, I almost feel like it's exciting and fun. So there is part of me that likes buying things. Like that is obviously a part of the issue. One thing that I think helps is sort of sleeping on it or thinking about something for a few days. So the MAC lipsticks, for example, I knew they were coming out in January, and I wanted them from the moment I heard about them, and it just took weeks and weeks for them to come to Australia. But that was weeks and weeks of me going, I want to get these, I want to review these. There's been other times where I've added things to my cart and I'm like, oh, I'll come back to it tomorrow. And when I look at it, I'm like, I don't really need that. What am I doing? So I feel like taking a bit of a breather and taking a space from what you're wanting to buy and doing a little bit more time, a little bit more research. I feel like sometimes you can just go, I really don't need that. I also reorganized my lipstick drawers yesterday, and when I look at the sheer number of stuff that I have, I'm like, I don't need anything. So sometimes looking at your collection, playing with your collection, you'll start feeling like, oh, I've got plenty of stuff here that I can play with and that will satisfy me. So, you know, that's another tip. But also one thing that's just really practical that I've done is I started transferring double the amount of money that I used to transfer from my account to my joint account with my partner for bills. I've doubled it. So I just have much less money in my bank account just staring at me going, you can buy this, you can afford this. So I just found that out of my bank account and into another bank account, it just sort of makes me think, okay, I actually can't buy this month, so let's just take a break. So that one I found was a pretty helpful thing. But yeah, this month has been a lot better than last month. For sure. I feel like next month household stuff is going to get a little bit more expensive. I think we're looking at buying a table. We're looking at buying a new fridge in the next couple of months. So things are going to take money, but at least it won't be like, oh, I bought another blush that I didn't need. Like, oh, also another thing that has made things a bit easier this month is I have actually been reviewing the GLAMINATRIX new range. So there's an eyeshadow palette and five cream blushes, and that's been keeping things exciting. So I feel like it's been an easier month in terms of length and just scenario, but we'll see how we go over the next 2 months and I'll report back in. So that's it for my update. Big thank you to my members for supporting this channel. Let me know if you're doing a low buy, no buy. How have you been going? I'd love to have a chat in the comments, so I'll see you there. Bye.